2 is having a dream run at the box office and records पे records तोड़े जा रहे हैं, and two people responsible यहाँ पे है अपारशक्ति खुराना, and we have already spoken to Abhishek.
my
Yes. But बिट्टू
हाँ जी यार पता है जब भी अब गली पे कहीं से निकलता हूँ लोग बिट्टू बुलाते हैं और उसके बाद कहते हैं कि एक बार यार लोरी सुना दो सॉफ्ट चिट्टी वार्म की चिट्टी, तो मुझे लगता है कि यार आई मीन जब शूट कर रहे थे ये पता था कि वी आर डूइंग समथिंग वेरी नाइस एंड स्पेशल एंड हैप्पी, बट वी डिड नॉट नो कि हम यार ऐसे नॉट इवन अ वीक में 400 करोड़ टच कर जाएंगे और इतना प्यार मिलेगा। लोग, मैं फुटबॉल फील्ड पे जाता हूँ तो लोग यही बात कर रहे हैं, एयरपोर्ट पे कहीं कोई टकर गया कोई मिल गया है ये बात कर रहे हैं। I think it's just such a happy vibe. It's such a, I have to really pinch myself to kind of believe that this is where we have reached with the film. We knew that we will do good numbers, but this is unprecedented.
Listen, we always knew.
This is unprecedented numbers. We all knew we'll do good numbers, but 400 crore. Touch wood.
अभी तो बाकी है. This weekend we don't have any films coming up, so Stree is going strong.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I mean, we would love to cross all bars with the blessings of the audiences and the good Lord. So yeah.
Let's Apar, because हम ये बातें कर रहे थे कि now क्या चल रहा है life में, and touch wood everything is going well. When you look back, sometimes these are the moments when you feel grateful is because of those moments that you have gone through. When you look back, if you think about the journey that has brought you here, what are the special moments that you can think of, and that's what keeps you grounded?
There are many from personal and professional, both the worlds. There are many getting rejected from your first 7 to 8 interviews in various fields, and then taking up radio, acting, theatre, films, music, and having a little journey for yourself. Apart from that, personally बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं यार. When I sit down with my friends and family, it's always very special to go back to those days and think about where it all started. When I was जब मैं जॉब कर रहा होता था, हर महीने के लास्ट 3-4 दिन पे ना मेरे अकाउंट में कभी 400 रुपये होते थे, कभी 500 रुपये होते थे, कभी 800 रुपये होते थे, 1000 क्रॉस नहीं होता था. आई थिंक फ्रॉम दोज डेज टिल टुडे, whenever you look back at any of the memories, it's always very, very, very special. Your heart is always full of gratitude. You count your blessings each day. And I would like to believe, Abira, now you know me for a while, I think you've normally caught me on the same beat. ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं जब एक्टर नहीं था तब कोई और इंसान था, उसके बाद फिल्में होनी शुरू हुई तो कोई और इंसान बना, आज हमारी फिल्म 400 करोड़ में बैठी हुई है तो मैं कोई और इंसान हूँ. आई थिंक आई नॉर्मली ट्राई टू कीप माई सेल्फ इन प्रेजेंट, एंड आई ऑलवेज ट्राई टू थिंक कि ये जो है चीज़ें they should never affect your craft and your being. So touch wood, अभी तक मुझे लगता है मैंने अपने आप को संभाल के रखा है.
बिल्कुल संभाल के रखा है. You're the same person. Every time I meet you, it's the same person.
Thank you, Abira.
And यार दोनों भाइयों ने जब भी, like, we have never seen you together in a film, but something is cooking.
There is something cooking. It's just that पहली बात तो ये बता देता हूँ कि जो जितनी बातें बाहर आई हैं वो सच नहीं है सारी. But there's still something cooking. I mean, if I can say this is, I mean, Stree 3 की चीजें इतनी स्ट्रीमलाइन नहीं हुई हैं कि क्या क्या उसमें होने वाला है. Yes, he's doing something there which is a part of the same world. I should not talk much.
We can't wait.
I don't want to get, I don't want to ruin my dinner plans tonight and like डिनर टेबल पे बैठे और मेरे को पता लगे कि घर तो पहुंच रहा हूँ लेकिन क्या बोल के आया तू NDTV पे. So yeah.
तो कौन किसकी खींचता है, वो तुम्हारी या तुम उसकी?
यार ऐसे तो being the younger one in the family, I get away with most of the things, but this is not something I'll get away with. There are a lot of people involved. Dinu Paji, Amar Paji, Ayesh Bhai, everybody's involved, so I don't want to take chances. So yeah.
When we see the movie talks about Stree, and I was just thinking, what a time for it to release too.
Absolutely, yeah. I think the current weather in the country was already talking about something very important and very serious. And if a film comes talking about you know, equal treatment, talking about women empowerment, and not really in a preachy way, in the most subtle, entertaining way possible. जितने अच्छे साफ सुथरे तरीके से आपको बताया जा सकता है, उस तरीके से बताया गया है. But having said that, it's extremely upsetting and disturbing to witness these things year after year.
No change.
No change.
And when in a film industry, just not a film industry, everywhere we see that a woman in a workspace clearly is not safe. I'm just not talking about being a doctor. We have also seen the Hema Committee report that came out. That was just Malayalam film industry, but I'm talking across,
Yeah.
just not film industry or just not being a doctor. When you are on set and you have female around, how do you make sure that your female colleagues are feeling safe?
I very clearly have said that back in the day as well, कि we work in a fraternity where everybody is equal. हमारे सेट पे कभी ऐसा कोई भेदभाव नहीं हुआ. हमारे सेट पे कभी, जितनी भी फिल्में मैं करके आया हूँ, कभी मैंने ऐसा होते हुए नहीं देखा कि कोई अनसेफ फील कर रहा है या उसकी सुनी नहीं जा रही है, या ये सारी चीज़ें इंपॉर्टेंट है, राइट, फ्रॉम सेफ्टी टू द फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच, all those things for a better world tomorrow, all these things are important. And चाहे वो जुबली का सेट हो, चाहे वो दंगल का सेट हो, चाहे वो पति पत्नी और वो लुका छुपी, यू नो, नाउ स्त्री, कोई भी सेट हो, कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि कोई फीमेल एडी या कोई फीमेल एक्टर कोई अगर कुछ कह रही है, उसकी नहीं सुनी गई हो या उस पर नहीं ध्यान दिया गया हो, चाहे वो क्रिएटिव इनपुट है, चाहे वो प्रोडक्शन फ्रंट पे इनपुट है, किसी भी चीज़ पे. एंड आई वुड लाइक टू बिलीव दैट वी ट्राई टू कीप थिंग्स एज equal and as safe as possible. Very dedicated, responsible cars are normally given to them. Of course, at the end of the day, if I can say this, these things are also very situational. You can really talk about it till the cows come back home. You can really pre-plan all of this so that everybody is safe. तो वो मैंने होते हुए देखा है. एंड थैंकफुली मैंने ऐसी कोई डिस्टर्बिंग न्यूज़ अपने सेट पे नहीं सुनी है. एंड आई होप आगे भी ऐसा ही रहे. टचवुड. ऑफ कोर्स इट्स डिफिकल्ट टू वर्क आफ्टर दैट देन, एंड स्पेशली इफ यू आर वर्किंग ऑन अ फिल्म लाइक स्त्री और अ दंगल, व्हिच इज आल्सो इन अ वे इट्स अबाउट टू वुमेन, गीता एंड बबीता फोगाट. आई मीन, if you're making a film on that gender and something like that happens in, on the same very set, it's even more disturbing and more degrading. And
how has your perspective to life and things around you changed since you've become a father?
Yeah, I think once you become a father, especially to a daughter, these things bother you even more, because I don't know, yeah, it's very difficult to answer this, think about it, and beyond a point, analyze in such a way. That is when you get to know the gravity of the situation. That it's even.
I feel you.
Yeah,
I know.
You
I
also,
have a daughter.
Yeah.
You have a daughter.
Yeah.
They're almost the same age.
Yeah.
Mine is 5, yours
Yeah.
is 3.
Yeah.
It is so hard. Sometimes I find it difficult to breathe when things come out, and they say that she was wearing something, she was drinking something, she was out late in the night. What did a kindergarten child do? Right?
I think we as a society, as a race, have failed beyond a point, to even exist. Even when you talk about the fact that at a very relevant time we came out with a film, beyond a point films also don't really help in that upbringing. And I think right from your growing up days, right from school, all these things have to be, I think, a part of the curriculum, maybe part of textbooks, maybe. I mean, I don't know कि क्या way out हो सकता है उसका to set this right.
You our two brothers brought up in a house without the girls, only mama at home. Uh, how were you treated or explained in your ways that mom and dad have put this in your head that no matter what, you know, women have to be respected wherever you are, your sisters, your wife, your child, your co-actor, they didn't know you were actors, but you know, your colleague, whoever. How did this happen? And I just want people to know so that
Yeah, first of all, my father was an astrologer, and he really dealt with things in a very different way, and he उनके पास रोज़ कुछ ना कुछ नए cases आए होते थे, कुछ नई clients आए होते थे, so we always got to know life in a little different way than others. But honestly बताऊँ फिर भी मैं आपको, it is very difficult for a family who has one single boy or two boys without a daughter in the house to know how to be simply respectful towards the other gender. It's difficult. I think only when Akriti came into my life or Taira Bhabhi came into Bhaiya's life, आपकी माँ आपको वो पर्सपेक्टिव नहीं दे पाती है, आपकी पार्टनर ही दे पाती है आपको वो पर्सपेक्टिव. वही सिखा पाती है तमीज़, वही सिखा पाती है शिवलरी, वही सिखा पाती है how you have to be equal in it, how you have to be together in it for life. So yeah, I mean, hence they say na, it's a very old saying that अपने घर की बेटी उस घर में भेजो जहाँ पे already बेटी हो. It might sound cliche, but beyond a point, it's true. I think that makes sense.
And you know, we have always known that cinema is a reflection of the society.
Yeah.
It is also the vice versa,
Absolutely.
especially in India because we are so influenced by cinema. You know, do you think that our films are also responsible for the mindset because it is also made very easy that a woman is walking and they're pinching the waist and making it look as an expression of love. They are eve teasing and making it look so innocent, an expression of love, and it is made so.
अबीरा यार पता है ये ना बहुत ही टफ वन टू आंसर है, स्पेशली इन द करंट टॉपिकल एटमोसफेयर जहाँ पे हम एक बहुत ही बड़ी प्रॉब्लम के साथ जूझ रहे हैं. इट विल बी वेरी एप्ट फॉर मी टू से कि हाँ यार नहीं होना चाहिए, नहीं होना चाहिए वो वगैरह, बट यार देन ऑन अ डे आई थिंक कि अगर ऐसा होना होता तो दंगल के बाद सब रेसलर्स बन रहे होते. दंगल बहुत बड़ी फिल्म थी. आई डोंट कम फ्रॉम दैट स्कूल ऑफ थॉट कि मुझे ये देखकर ये करना है. मैं किसी को देखकर कुछ नहीं करता हूँ यार. फिल्म देखकर नहीं, मैं यू नो कोई गेम या कोई स्पोर्ट या कोई पर्टिकुलर चीज या गन उठा लूंगा, ऐसा नहीं है भाई. मैंने गैंग्स ऑफ वासेपुर देखने का मैंने नहीं गन उठाई यार. सो यू नो सो या आई मीन
कूल दिखने के लिए या जो प्रेजेंटेशन है सिनेमा में कूल होने का, a lot of boys, small town boys or maybe even bigger city boys,
they pick up a cigarette or
they
something.
do pick up a cigarette, they do pick up a drink, or they do pick up a gun. We don't
know.
But what I'm saying is we do not belong to that school of thought, but we cannot deny that
That there can be a section of young boys and girls who can fall prey to this. You're right.
Well, I'm just not blaming
You're
the
right.
boys here. It's not about the boy and a girl.
Yeah.
Right.
It's also the girls.
Yeah.
Who are enjoying it. I'm understanding. They also think eve teasing is okay because that's what they have seen. Because the girl has a smirk on her face, maybe on the screen, and she's enjoying it. But they do not understand what toxicity is because that is normalizing in the cinema.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You're right. No, you're right. I don't deny this fact at all. I mean, I'll be a complete moron to not be with you on this point. But yeah, I mean, I think because I don't get carried away with what I'm seeing, इसलिए मैं अपना school of thought बता रहा था आपको, अपनी upbringing बता रहा था आपको. I'm sure there is a section of the society of young boys and girls who can get carried away with such thoughts, with such scenes, with such films. So we can be a little more mature with our overall storytelling. I was thinking this thing like, oh God, यार मतलब because मेरे
सांस लेने
को
नहीं
मेरी
देती।
सांस में stress हो रहा है कि मतलब not I mean
No,
not that he has
your
stressed me
body
out
has
because
become tight.
it is difficult. It is a difficult conversation. What else do you do? I mean I'm just thinking about my daughter right now. So I mean what else do you do?
I'm so sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry. We need to sit down and talk about it. It's very by chance that we're talking in front of the camera.
Yeah.
We would have been talking about this over
Anyways,
coffee.
right? We were
Absolutely.
just talking about it off
200%.
it.
Yes, absolutely.
But
I don't mind the droopy body language in front of the camera. This is what I am if I'm talking about my daughter. So yeah,
it's hard to talk.
of course.
But Apar, whenever a script comes to you,
Yeah.
do you discuss it with somebody? Is it your wife
No.
or is it just you? You take the decision.
See, most of the relevant artists in the country are normally represented by an agency, and we all sit together and read it and discuss the pros and the cons of that particular film, that particular character, that particular producer, director, all of it together, and we come to a conclusion कि ये करना है कि नहीं करना है. And touch wood, so far we have made decent choices, and I think, I mean, kudos to the entire team. They have really worked hard to make me achieve these, little things in life, and it will never be a solo play. It has to be a teamwork, and there are a lot of people who are kind of trying to put things together for you, and you have to kind of appreciate that and acknowledge that.
Abhi aa rahi hai Berlin.
Yes.
My God, like you're on a roll.
I was just talking about it yesterday to my wife that I feel so happy that in a year's time, Jubilee came, Stree 2 came, and now Berlin is coming. 3 very different looks, very different characters, very different films,
And all
very different
people
worlds.
have accepted all.
Yeah, oh, touch wood, absolutely. And in the middle, 2 songs also came, Zarur and Kudieni. They also, I mean, that those songs also got accepted really well. They both trended on Instagram. And sorry to say that they both trended on Instagram because that's the current currency,
Yeah.
For someone to
अगर reels
realize,
बन रहा है,
for you to realize कि हाँ मेरा गाना काम कर रहा है, that's the
that's
the
how we got-
currency.
absolutely, yeah.
So I don't want to be
why
that.
are you sorry?
No, I mean,
Absolutely, that's
as an artist, I don't want to be driven by the fact कि यार Instagram पे मेरा गाना चल रहा है.
But ये सच है. It's
I
the
know.
reality.
You're right. I mean,
Things will change maybe again.
yeah, maybe.
Every 10 years things are
Yeah,
changing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
ठीक है.
उस वजह से क्या हो जाता है ना यार, प्रॉब्लम ये है कि अब आपके दिमाग में टचवुड अभी तक फिल्म्स को लेके I've never ever gotten carried away with this, but when I'm making songs, ये बात उठती है बार बार स्टूडियो में कि क्या ये 30 सेकंड लोग पकड़ेंगे कि नहीं पकड़ेंगे.
Ah, that's so important.
It's very important,
पूरे
but
गाने में
honestly,
ये
for
30
an
seconds.
artist, it's disturbing. It's not very,
Yeah.
it's not a happy space to see कि यार ये Instagram पे चिपकना चाहिए गाना. It's not. I mean, you want to say your thoughts in your way. You want to compose, write, sing in your way, in your own, creative sensibilities. But having said that, फिर उसके बाद उसके numbers करने भी important है. Otherwise, next गाना नहीं होगा, उसके next नहीं होगा. I mean, Touch would have 3 songs lined up only because last 2 songs were a hit. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
it's a very fickle market. It's a very fickle market.
That's the truth of it.
Yeah.
तो भाई और अभी बर्लिन में प्लीज बताओ थोड़ा सा तो बताओ यार अपार.
I think Berlin is one of the most special worlds because my character Pushkin tries to investigate a case for the agencies where they have gotten hold of a so-called culprit who cannot speak and who cannot listen.
Wow.
So
That's very interesting. Yeah.
very interesting अबीर. अभी तक क्या हुआ था ना, अभी तक हमने अवधी भाषा कोई खड़ी बोली, कोई पंजाबी, कोई हरियाणवी, धोखा राउंड द कॉर्नर में कश्मीरी, ये सब चीज़ें करी थी. अलग अलग डायलेक्ट सीखे थे, कलोकियल टर्म्स सीखे थे टू कैच होल्ड ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर वर्ल्ड. बट नाउ देयर वाज अ कैरेक्टर वेयर you don't have to talk. आपको साइन लैंग्वेज से we learned sign language. It's a tough one, I must say. It's a very difficult job to kind of get hold of it. We also had a couple of people on set to kind of to make it even better for the final take. And so yeah, I mean ये किया, and I'm very happy how the film has turned out. I think we also have a screening for that community तो राधे में उनके साथ साउथ मुंबई में एक उनका स्कूल है, वहाँ पे गया भी था जस्ट टू interact with them, have lunch with them, and had a beautiful time. So we plan to do a nice screening for them, either in Mumbai or in Delhi. We haven't really decided that yet. We're still trying to figure things that how is everyone placed, and where is this possible, and maybe if it's in Delhi, so people from that department of can also or from the government can also come and see it. So yeah, let's see how things get planned.
Looks great.
Thank you so much, Veera. I mean, touchwood. I mean, God has been very.
क्या ही हो रहा है?
I know.
मतलब
I
अभी
know.
तो
All good things happening.
all good things happening,
yeah.
and we'll meet you more often.
Absolutely. कौन रोक
Only
पाएगा ये
के time
बताओ?
पे तुम
अभी रोक कौन पाएगा? तुम्हें और मुझे मिलने से और ये बातें करने से NDTV पे कौन रोक पाएगा? मैं किसी को नहीं. Thank you so much.
Thank
Oh
you
my
so much.
God, this was fantastic. Thank you so much,
Thanks
Veera.
so much,
It's
Apar.
always a pleasure talking to you.
Same here.
Thank you.